Hey there, card folk. Speedrobo here. And we are just going to do an off the cuff, first impression, somewhat rant, somewhat react video about this new themes plural, I should say, that have come to my attention in the trading card game business. So, as a side tangent, we have to talk about VTubing first. VTubing is where somebody does live streams, but as a character, and they'll use a program like FaceRig or some other sort of motion capture software to capture their movements and have it translated onto a 2D or 3D model of a character, and generally that person who is live streaming will be in character during the time. So I just, for a little bit of context that might understand part of why I feel the way that I do, and I recognize this, I own this. VTubing was the first new popular thing that came across my radar about 5 years ago now, I think, that I looked at and I said, yeah, I think I'm too old for this. Because I don't really get VTubing. It doesn't really do much for me. It doesn't appeal to me too much. I find some of the character designs to be really creative and nice. I acknowledge the art behind it. It's just not something that I, care about personally. And that's fine. Not everything's going to be for everybody. But the main topic of today is there seems to be a lot of companies who are saturating the niche of a niche market very, very quickly. And I have seen in the past 6 months 3 different VTuber-based trading card games pop up. And as far as I can tell, we'll dig into it a little bit deeper, but as far as I can tell, while some are produced by, long-standing professional board game companies, none of these trading card games have been made by a company that's made a trading card game before, and that is always not good. And as far as I can tell, again, the talent behind these is very green to the TCG market, and we're talking about a market. So the trading card game itself is a niche market, and it itself is an extremely, extremely hostile and cruel and crushing market to try and be a part of. And the TCG market right now itself is extremely saturated. So we are entering a niche saturated market by making a new niche within that market, and that niche is already immediately saturated with 3 different competing products. This ain't gonna end well. So we're gonna take a look at these 3 games that have come to my attention, and we're gonna, do a quick analysis from the eyes of Rydon Vassay, owner and CEO of Speedrobo Games, a bespoke card games and board games manufacturer that does actually have experience in the TCG business. I've worked as the senior card designer for Argent Saga. I have worked on other trading card games before in my career. System Gate itself is within that sphere, though its business model is more living card game for a very important reason that we will almost certainly get into in this video. I'm sure you know how I feel about TCG versus ECG. And, by the way, that feeling is backed with facts. And, we recently launched Splatterkids, which is a very TCG-flavored game as well, though it does follow the more System Gate business model where you buy 1 box and you get all your cards. But regardless, I have actual experience in this industry, and we're going to be discussing that and tapping into my decade of experience as we take a look at these games. So let's get started with the first one that I was made aware of. Let's look it up. Oshi Push. So this is actually good because you Google Oshi Push, and you immediately see the 2 most important links. So let's go to Japanime Games, and let's go to the Kickstarter. So you Google Oshi Push, you immediately get to see this. So the Kickstarter, $500,000, 2,000 backers. That's good. That's a solid amount. You love to see it. The one thing that has come to my attention, again, I'm not familiar in the VTuber space, But as I go through, do I recognize any of these influencers, characters, any of them? The answer is no. And I've actually talked to a few other people that are more familiar in the VTuber space, and they also said, I have no idea who these people are. So we're trying to launch a VTuber card game, and it's being sold on being the VTuber card game, and we don't know who these VTubers are. We're not off to a great start. But yeah, and I mean it's a full blown TCG, where you do TCG stuff, and it is a location based game rather than a creature battler. So, if you're familiar with, I don't know, the My Little Pony TCG, the location system is going to be very familiar to you. Just looking at it, glancing at it, again, I'm not going to dive too deep into it. Booster Pack has a bunch of different rarities. It's literally gambling. We know how that works. Okay. So, gosh, you need a spreadsheet to break this down. That's fun. Oh boy, there's God packs. You love to, yeah, you love it. You love to see it. That's sarcasm. You don't. Set breakdown, 40 cards. Booster pack contains 10 cards plus 1 ad card. Why? An ad for what? The VTubers nobody knows about? 24 packs. Okay, so it's a 24 pack box. Each case is 12. Starter deck is 40. That's pretty standard. I wonder if we have pricing. I want to look up the pricing. By the way, this is awful. I hate this website. I've never liked Japanime games. An all-star design led by Justin Gary, creator of... I'm not familiar with Ascension. Let's look it up. I am familiar with Soulforge Fusion. Awesome. I get a movie. Great. So I still don't know what that is. But Soulforge Fusion I am familiar with. Soulforge Fusion is not good. That game is bad. Like, Soulforge Fusion is did a successful Kickstarter as like a spiritual successor to Keyforge. It is overly complicated. Has some cool ideas, but those ideas were not thought out how they would feel to play at all. Yeah, this game is really, 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 really extremely bad. Is it still alive? What's your latest product? Are you still releasing stuff? I don't know. Buy physical packs. Yeah. What are we... Digital booster. Oh no. When did this come out? June, it would seem. So 6 months, no new product. It's not great. Soulforge Fusion. Soulforge Fusion has like a 7.5 out of 10 on Board Game Geek, so clearly some people like it. I just found this game to be unbearable. I have tried it. I have played it. I hated every moment. Like, literally, if somebody brought Soulforge Fusion to me as a reviewer, my initial feedback after the playtest would be, okay, take half of your mechanics and get rid of them. You got to simplify this down. Oh, look, Richard Garfield's... Oh, Richie G, back at it again, slapping his name on another man's board game. You'll love to see it. All right. Yes, that's Soulforge. So immediately I'm looking at this, and immediately I'm like, oh, lead by Justin Gary. I am already not thrilled with that. Future support, promo packs, league play, coming to your favorite local game store. So I do own a game store, Spaceboat Games. I remember giving them my information at Origins, and I haven't heard a peep back. So, also not good that I've heard nothing from these people when I specifically said I was interested in this. Join the Japanime Patreon. Why do you have a Patreon? Stop that. You are a big enough company. Okay, so this is one of my pet peeves. We're about to hit one of my pet peeves. Japanime Games is not a small company. This is one of the companies I was talking about that is, quite the prolific board game producer. Like, this company knows what they're doing. Overall, I know I've been kind of dunking on them a little bit, but overall, I think Japanime Games does a great job. I think their staff is extremely passionate. I think they do there's so little, like, objectively wrong that I can say about Japanime Games as a whole. Do I think their output is a bit of a mixed bag? Yeah, I do. Some of their games I really like, some of their games I haven't, and that's fine. Not every game is for everybody, as I say all the time. And do I think that their games appeal to me as a person? Generally, no. To put it bluntly, I find Japanime's output to be mostly, as the kids say, gooner bait. I believe that is correct. You know what I mean. You know what I'm talking about. You know what I'm talking about. It's pretty, like, it appeals to, like, pretty, like, bottom of the barrel anime fan. The kind of people that you would smell in a game store before you would see them in a game store. That's what I'm talking about. Like, I don't want to bust out the Japanime board games that I have with Grandma for board game night. You catch my drift, right? Doesn't really appeal to me, but that's fine. I understand that there's a market for that. And that's cool that these guys specifically cater to it. I think Japanime Games overall does a perfectly solid job. I give them a cool 8 out of 10. They do some really good work. And their like actual print quality, their product quality, always top notch. So that's good. Yeah, I mean, I could apply again for a retailer, I guess. But so one of my pet peeves, and Japanime does this as well, is these guys are very established. Why are you doing Kickstarter? You're frankly a little too big for Kickstarter. Yeah, I have no idea who these people are. Let me know in the comments below if you have ever seen these folks before. I don't know. I feel like they are just, frankly, too big for Kickstarter. You don't need to do Kickstarter. Just make and release the game. I don't know why we're here on Kickstarter. And that is a frequent complaint that I have with a lot of larger companies. Okay, here we go. All right. Let's see what we have. 2-deck set for $30. That is very, very good price. What are they doing their boosters for? Oh, you aren't going to tell me? Can I not get a booster? Is that not allowed? Okay. I guess I'll go check your Kickstarter. See what a booster box costs. I don't want 6-packs. Oh! Okay. $100 for a 24-pack box. Not terrible. That's like right at the upper edge of the price, I would say. So it's saying $108 value. That's them, packing up the box of, let's say, each pack's like, what, $4.50? Yeah, so they're putting each booster pack at $4.50, which isn't unreasonable. That's about right. So you're getting 2 packs free-ish. I've seen worse, I've definitely seen worse for a 24-pack box, but that's not great. When Yu-Gi-Oh's 24-pack box. Same number of cards per pack. Well, no, slightly less cards per pack, but they're 80. So, I don't know. Seen worse, seen better. But yeah, overall, I mean, this is very competent. Looks very competent. Looks very professional. Um, I yeah, I think Japanime Games is like the company that's most likely to be able to successfully pull off a VTuber card game because more they're reasonably familiar with how this industry works. I think they'll be able to keep this going. Yeah, so there you go. That's Oshi Push. To sum up my thoughts, thought number one, based on my limited knowledge as an outsider, I don't know who these people are, and from what I've heard from a couple other friends I have, they also don't know who these VTubers that are featured are, so that's not great. Point number two, Japanime Games. They overall do really good work. There's a couple bumps, but they're very minor thus far from what I've experienced and what I've seen. But I think Japanime Games can pull this off and properly distribute this. As I don't, there's again technically nothing wrong with them using Kickstarter. It is just a pet peeve of mine to see a company this large with theoretically brands and tie-in promotion that should be enough to carry the product without needing to go to Kickstarter take up space on Kickstarter. Like this is supposed to be for people who are new to the industry, just starting out, or have no other reasonable option to collect pre-orders. And Japanime Games does not fall into that category. You could even argue that Speedrobo Games, my company, doesn't even fall into that category anymore, and I think there's a fair criticism to levy at me for continuing to use Kickstarter, and it's actually why we aren't using Kickstarter and didn't use Kickstarter to launch Splatterkins. It's already an established brand. We have the means to, release it on our own, so we did. No Kickstarter required. It's just something where I think, Japanime Games could talk to their distribution, use their own in-house distribution as well, talk to their game stores, talk to their network, and get this out and get the word out without needing Kickstarter. I mean, it's not like Japanime Games isn't small. They could market this. I don't feel the Kickstarter was necessary. But again, technically, there's nothing wrong with it. I just personally don't like the optics of it. But overall, gameplay, print quality, I'm sure is going to be fine. Gameplay, from what I've glanced at, seems fine. I personally don't really like location system games, but I know some people really do. And generally, I find location system games to be harder to execute correctly in a way that's fun. But to be blunt, My Little Pony from Enterplay pulled it off with flying colors. So yeah, there you go. Well, let's look over the how to play and see if there's any additional notes. Choose a persona card that will represent you. Determine your funds and influence. Okay. Place your persona in front of you. Collect your initial funds. Equal to your persona's fund stats. Draw 5 cards. Build a platform. Each player contributes platform cards to a shared row. These would be your location cards, setting the stage for your competition for influence will occur. Okay, playing cards. Use funds to play, connect, and upgrade cards during the current content phase to increase your influence on platforms. Action cards can be used during both the content and platform phases for immediate effects. Okay. Round structure, content. Assign personas to platforms. Play cards, increase your influence. Okay. Platform phase. Clash over platforms determine who has the most influence, potentially capture. Refresh, reset your persona, collect funds, draw cards per the next round. Okay. This platform's popularity threshold is met. The player with the highest influence captures it, adds its subscribers to their total. Okay. Until you reach 1 million subscribers, thereby winning the game. Yep. All right. This could not be a more this is literally the most basic location system game ever. Like this is just location system TCG .template, and that is not a bad thing. That means that they got somebody that knew their stuff and executed. And one thing that's nice is I do not immediately see the SoulForge Fusion level of jank and unnecessary crap tacked onto this. So it sounds like the creator of SoulForge learned from his mistakes on that and decided instead of making a convoluted mess, what if we just made a rock solid card game? Oshi Push, based off first impressions, I'm gonna give a 8 out of 10 to. The last thing I will say is that this is exactly the kind of game that is straight up Japanime Games alley. If it was a living card game and not a TCG. I don't know why they decided to go for... I do know why they decided to go for TCG. They want money. But frankly, this is one of those things where my advice to Japanime Games on this is stick to your wheelhouse. There's no reason why this couldn't have been a expandable card game, like so much of the rest of Japanime Games output. Going into a TCG means that you're going to have to commit tons of personnel, tons of money, tons of resources, and constant marketing to this game to make it worthwhile. And if you guys have the money for that, that's great, but you might wanted to have considered to maybe not take that risk. Maybe don't roll those dice. And part of the reason why you might want to not take that risk and roll those dice is you're entering a saturated niche market, as we're discussing. And that's part of the thing of this game, I would say, would have a much higher probability of surviving if Japanime would have a 100% chance of surviving, in fact, if Japanime Games stuck to what they did best, which is board games and living card games when making this, rather than being like, we're going to try a TCG. It's a bold move. It's a risky move. And we'll see if it pays off for them. I don't know, but I think Japanime Games, they've got a real shot at making this work. So now let's talk about the second game that crossed my radar, the second game that I heard of when it came to VTuber card games. And it's called vCard. So we're going to Google vCard. A vCard, or virtual contact file, is a file format that allows users to share... Interesting. That's not a card game. vCard by Bitcoin.com. Yeah? So we look up vCard. And we don't find the game. That's not good. Okay, what if we try game? And we get gamer subs. Gamer subs. The drink brand. Okay. And then we get Oshi push. That's not great. So I guess this is the official website. From gamer subs, the drink brand. Now, immediately there is some good news. I, a not VTuber guy, actually recognize some of the folks up here. I've seen them before. That means they actually have VTubers who are relevant, and that's good. But my immediate concern is that this seems to be being produced by a drink company. Not even a board game company, not even a toy company. A drink company is like, yeah, man, we'll jump into the TCG industry. What could possibly go wrong? Everything! Everything is gonna go wrong! This is not gonna go well! Okay, what is vCard? Okay, and the name, as you can tell from me trying to Google this, is bad. Don't call it vCard. That's a file format. Like, if your card game's name is not immediately Googleable, you have failed your job. This is not going to end well. A revolutionary platform that brings... Okay, so they're just talking about collectibles. So this isn't a trading card game. These are paper NFTs. They're making that extremely clear right out of the gate. Talking about exclusive promo cards. Okay, they just wanted to make an NFT collection, but printed on paper. Okay, stunning collection. Great. Okay, premium quality, crafted. Okay, yep, they're talking about the print quality. Okay, Yeah, they just wanted to make it. Okay, they just wanted to make an NFT collection. They have one blurb about gameplay, and I still don't know how it works. Coming soon. Just collect. Just collect. Don't think. Don't play. Just collect. Jesus fucking Christ, man. I knew this was going to be bad. I did not expect it to be this fucking bad. Get started. I don't know. Jesus fucking Christ. Oh, this is awful. This is okay. Yeah, no. 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 I mean, I don't know. I guess we'll check this out. Creating a playable and collectible VTuber trading card game with the help of gamer subs. Oh, oh, oh no. Yeah. This is not. Oh, I became a partial owner of gamer subs. Okay. Okay. Congratulations to you on that. And it would seem that the lead designer is this VTuber. And her professional background in the TCG industry is let's go find out, shall we? I guess we'll check the wiki. Uh-huh. Okay. Let's check the history. Uh-huh. She done any game design. Game. No. Let's try a card. No, nothing. Okay. So, it would seem that she has absolutely no game design experience. Okay. Yeah. Wow. So, let's talk about. This is literally all the information we get. Okay. Now that the initial shock is over, let's discuss. Here are. Jesus fucking Christ. Okay. Oh, all right. I can say I have three good things. I have three good things that I can say about vCard. Number one, they got VTubers and celebrities that I actually recognize, which means that the general public will. Positive thing number two, I think the logo is great. Whoever they have on graphic design at this, like, really knows their thing, which doesn't really surprise me too much, considering they are working with, this is done by gamer subs, and gamer subs branding and graphics and visuals are always, frankly, fantastic. No real notes there. Very much in the they're very much in the same category of they're hanging out in the same room of the game store as the Japanime Games crowd. The room where you have to close the door to lock in the stank. that section. They're hanging out in that same group, but it is objectively well done on graphic design. The next point I can give to vCard is, at first glance, the card is this very appealing to the eye, and that's kind of like in the same, like, oh, the logo is very appealing to look at. This card is very appealing to look at. Okay, nice stuff over. We're gonna be fucking mean to this game. Step 1. Bro, you're a drink company. Stay in your lane. What are you doing here? If your first game, I understand wanting to break into new markets. I think that's great. I think if you're a drink company that works a lot with gamers, you're very, very gamer branded, I think breaking into games is a good idea. But I don't know, man. Maybe start with some small indie titles released on Steam for like $9.99. Maybe kind of dip your toes into that. Maybe get some people, get some like modders on staff. Get some new college graduates from like a programming side. Get them in, give them some copies of RPG Maker. Maybe make something small first. I don't know. That's an idea. Maybe if you want to break into the tabletop gaming space, don't start with the most saturated market. Don't start with a niche market. Don't start with one of the hardest products to keep alive. Trading card games, every single trading card game, the average, the median, the mode, they all die after 2 years and 2 booster sets. All of them. 100% of them. If you factor out Magic, Yu-Gi-Oh!, Pokemon, I'm barely exaggerating. Like, do the research. Look at them. Use your eyeballs. Look at TCGs. I'm right. This is an extremely challenging industry to get correct. It is an extremely challenging industry to turn a profit in long term. Maybe don't start with this, dude. Maybe that's a really bad idea. Maybe try a board game first? I don't know. And if you just want to do collectibles, you can just do collectibles. You can just do trading cards. You can do regular trading cards. You can do regular-ass trading cards. You know trading cards are a thing, right? You don't have to have a game attached, because believe me, attaching a game to it complicates a lot of shit real quick. You don't have to do that. You could have these cards be this beautiful and just be trading cards, and guess what? Everybody who would have bought this is still going to buy that. You don't need to attach a game to it. You really don't. You could just do trading cards. Or, I don't know. Here's an idea. If you just want to, like, extract money from your audience for worthless JPEGs, you could just do NFTs. You could just do that. You could get all this artwork. It doesn't even have to be NFTs. You don't want to touch the blockchain? I understand why. A lot of people don't like the blockchain. I get it. It's pretty gross. It's pretty scummy. A lot of scammers in that area. There's a lot of scammers and crime in the trading card game industry too, but we'll talk about that later, I guess. You could get all this artwork, get all these digital art collections, and then just, I don't know, release them as like downloads. You can do all of the same like stuff that like an NFT is, but without involving the blockchain, and you would just turn a higher profit. Why is it a game? Why are we here? Why are we doing this? Why is it a game? Don't do it. Don't do this. This is a bad idea. Okay, that's out of the way. I don't know. Let's talk about the name vCard. vCard, are you shitting me? This could not be a worse. I could not have picked the worst name. Let's talk about the actual design on this card. All right. Yes, it looks pretty, but what the fuck is happening? This is really bad design. So the logo is here, which is big, and that logo is bigger than game important text like strength and weakness. Okay, strength against fire, weakness to electricity. Okay. I think that's just flavor text. That doesn't seem to be a card effect. And then up there seems to be more flavor text, Pokemon style flavor text of like, here's the critter, here's how much it weigh. Um, don't stop that. I hate it. Get that off of your card. That again, this is cool if it's not part of a game, dude. Why is it a game? What's that cost? I'm gonna assume that's cost. Is that the name of the card? Is that the card name? I'm not sure. I'm gonna guess it is. Overall, could be a lot worse, but it's not good. And I guess that's its element. Okay, I didn't really talk about. Okay, I gotta go back to Oshi Push. I didn't really talk about how Oshi Push's fucking cards look, but we gotta talk about how Oshi Push's cards look. I guess now, because if we're gonna dunk on one game, we might as well dunk on them all in the same way, right? All right, can I see a card? Can you show me what a fucking card looks like? Okay, here we go. Okay, yep, the money, influence, name, effect. How hard was that? Not hard. Understood it immediately. Okay. Yes, theirs is much better, and part of the reason why it's better. Okay, so here's a big reason why Oshi Push's card border is better. You are focused on showing off the character. You're focused on showing off the artwork. How do you do that? You make full art. You make them full art. You don't have a stupid border around the card. And then all of your stuff is in, scalable text boxes. Look, that's scalable. You can move it up, you can move it down based on how much text is in there. Okay, can you do that with this? No, it is sequestered to a fucking Yu-Gi-Oh! Square. Bad border design! Don't do that! Ah! I'm doing great. How are you? Okay. Yeah, what's next? Oh yeah, the gameplay. There isn't any. That's cool. Great. How does it play? How does it play? How does your game play? How does it play? How does the game play? How does your game play? You aren't going to tell me? You aren't going to tell me how your game plays? Why do I care? Why do I give a shit? You're making a trading card game. Game. It's right on the end. It's game. It's a game. I want to play it. You're not making trading cards. You're making a trading card game. What's your gameplay? Fast. Cool. No. Bad. Stop. Stop immediately. I give vCard, I don't know. Gameplay, 2 out of 10. Card border design, at least it looks good. 5 out of... No, it's not. Is it even average? I guess it's average. 5 out of 10. Name, 0 out of 10. Gee, if you can't Google it, don't do it. Company, backgrounds, and faith and longevity, 0 out of 10. 0. Absolutely 0. No, I'll give it a 2 because it actually has recognizable faces. That's it. That's all it's got. That's all it's got. Bad job. Please stop. Overall, it's better than... I guess it's better than so much other crap I've seen. I guess? 5 out of 10? Average? Shockingly? And it's this bad? Yeah, 5 out of 10. All right. 5 out of 10, baby. You hit the average, vCard. Congratulations. Jesus Christ. All right. I don't even remember. Actually, I don't even fucking remember what the other one I was just told about today was called. It was not good, though. What is this called? What was it called? Hold on. Okay, Rift Runners. It was called Rift Runners. All right, let's look up Rift Runners. Rift Runners. Okay. Rift Runners TCG. Wow. Amazing. You Google it and it immediately comes up. Who fucking Seen that coming. All right. Awesome. Rift Runners, the ultimate VTuber trading card game. By the way, here's something that's funny. The first VTuber trading card game. No. Oh, sorry. Aimed at a Western market. I guess? I guess? Oh, hey, look. VTuber partners immediately. I'm going to look that up. Let's just see who they have. Do I recognize anyone? Okay. Thanks. No. I know none of these people. Okay, so we're in the same boat as Oshi Push, I guess. You get no bonus points for having people that I recognize. I don't know. Maybe somebody knows these people, but not me. Granted, again, I don't know the VTuber space, but if I've even like seen them before, that would be something. Which like I did for fucking vCard, at least. All right, Rift Runners. We start with a video. I don't know. We want to watch a video? I guess we can watch a video. I guess we watch the Okay, so I stopped that because it was pretty obvious that they were not going to tell me anything about the gameplay, which is bad. If you are the first video on your if there's nothing else you're going to show me, like tell me some. How do you play? How does this play? No, that's home. All right, shop. I guess we'll check shop. We've already got booster box. We've already got several booster boxes out. Okay, how long has this been going on? We got 2 boosters out, 2 starters. When did you get released? See, I'm curious now. How long have you been out? VTuber affiliate code. Okay, will not tell me how long this has been out. Based on these numbers, it looks like they ordered, 500 from a Chinese printer. Maybe like 250 from a Chinese printer, but I'm gonna give them benefit of the doubt and say they sold half their stock. Okay, booster box, 20 packs per box for 65 bucks. Okay, that's really solid. 9 cards per pack, 65, 20 pack box. That's an incredibly reasonable price. 17 bucks starter deck, 50 card deck, incredibly reasonable price. Yeah, incredibly reasonable price. Good job, you did it. I mean, like this is one of the things that's like very like base level of what you should be able to pull off. But you would be absolutely flabbergasted at how many rookies in the industry just completely botch pricing on a TCG. They have not. That is good. Great job. Okay, well, how long have you been out? All right, I already took a look at that rulebook. I guess I'll just go to rulebook, right? Jesus Christ, I gotta dig through this to figure out how to. Can you give me like a gist? World of Rift Runners. I grew up. The game has been to capture gameplay. That's the kind of games we grew up with. Okay, so Void Wave CEO. Okay, Void Wave. Is this you? That doesn't seem right. Void Wave Games? Okay. Void Wave Software LLC. Their first game released is Rift Runners. Don't make the first game you release a TCG! That is a bad idea! Stop it! Do we have credits? I want to know how old your shit is. Alright, 1.0. Okay, that doesn't tell me anything. So clearly this was made by non-professionals. No industry experience, from what I can tell. Maybe they've got something on contact. No, it's just a fucking contact form. Okay. Turns field layout. Okay, front row. So it's a fighting. It's a creature smasher. Looks like you've got a leader. I don't know what a fodder is. Okay. Deck, graveyard, banish, front row, back row, mechanic, AC zone. What's an AC zone? AC. Okay, action counter cards, spell trap. Spell trap. Okay, it's spell trap. Fighter in the back row cannot be targeted for attack. If you have fighter direct. Okay, yep. Yep, okay. Yep, standard front row, back row. Okay. Yep. Start phase. Okay, yep. So they made Yu-Gi-Oh! Yep, they made Yu-Gi-Oh! Okay, it's Yu-Gi-Oh! Got it. Again, not bad. This is actually good. The fact that they have chosen to make Yu-Gi-Oh! Is not inherently a bad thing. And the reason why is because if you are new to the industry, you should just look at your favorite game and say, what did I like about this? What didn't I like? Highlight what you liked, remove what you didn't. Now, is Yu-Gi-Oh! A game I would recommend copying? No, because Yu-Gi-Oh's kind of really bad. So I wouldn't do that. But you know, it's okay. And the fodder deck's extra deck. Okay, yeah, it's Yu-Gi-Oh! Okay. Again, not giving this like a full. Maybe it's totally different from Yu-Gi-Oh! I don't know. Just the glance, quick glance. Okay, they made Yu-Gi-Oh! With the frontline backline mechanic, leader cards, I would guess. You know, Rift Monarch sharing the same name. Okay. Yep, got it. Okay, cool. Yep. Actions are spells, counters are traps. Oh, look, they're even purple. Yep, okay, yep, okay. It's Yu-Gi-Oh! Alright. So, I think I have enough to talk about this. Number 1, Rift Runners. Game name, pretty good. Graphic design, pretty good. New player onboarding experience, really bad. The fact that I did not immediately get an overview of how this worked, not good. Did you do a Kickstarter? How did you come out? Rift Runners, TCG. I don't know. Did you kickstart this? No, that's a TTS mod. No, it would seem not. There's a Patreon. Ugh. Don't do Patreons for TCGs. That's a video for the future. But, like, don't do Patreon for TCGs. It's such a bad idea. Okay, no, nothing. Absolutely nothing. No, I mean, you didn't kickstart it. I guess that's something, but I don't know what the hell's going on here. Void Wave Software LLC. Let's see. Void Wave Software LLC. I guess not. I don't know. I can't find anything about who made this. Yeah, no, this, all right. It's totally rookie team making this. They've done a commendable job, uh, for their very first outing, but, don't make a TCG for your first game, kids. Just don't do it. It's never going to end well. New player onboarding experience is non-existent. You need to tell me what your game is like, kind of something. You need to give me something to chew on. Nobody on planet Earth wants to read this. Nobody's going to. Nobody wants to. There should be a how to play video. There isn't. That is not good. Um, Card border is easily the worst we've seen thus far. It has all the problems that vCard had without any of the benefits of looking good. This is a very not appealing card border with a not appealing layout. These look very dated. These look very unprofessional. These look very inexperienced. These look like card borders that were made by somebody who was making card borders for the first time. And that's probably the case. Yeah. Rift Runners is easily the game here that I've been shown today that I want to be the nicest to. I want to show them as much kindness as I can. And I want to give them as much benefit of the doubt because I feel like this is the game that has come from the most genuine place. Japanime Games, they're a well-established company. They're going to be fine. vCard is clearly made by a multimillionaire who owns several companies, and GamerSupps is doing fine and, quite frankly, should not be in the TCG business. Please, if you want to go into the gaming business, GamerSupps, please start smaller. Don't be here. Rift Runners, I genuinely think, is a TCG that was started by a couple pals and managed to garner some attention and managed to get a bunch of C-list and D-list celebrities to join in, which I think is great, and I hope they're all having a very good time with all of this. And I genuinely hope they all really enjoy the game and the cards and the product, and I hope this game finds its fans in some success. But you really shouldn't make a TCG as your first game. You're in for a world of hurt. Will you ever successfully sell the 200 some starter decks of Icy Ascension that you have in stock? No. No, I do not think you will. I do not think you will ever succeed in doing that, especially since the marketing overall for Rift Runners seems not good. Are you in distribution? You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to tab over and I'm going to find right now which of these games I can get through my distributors as a local game store. Let's go find that out. I would love to learn that Rift Runners is available through distribution. Okay, nothing from Alliance. And nothing from Southern. I don't know, let's Hail Mary try GTS. Let's just Hail Mary this. I spelled that wrong, hold on. No. Yeah, and I mean, I think that's kind of emblematic of a big problem. The other two games, vCard and Oshi Push, actually, well, I don't know, vCard didn't, but Oshi Push actually talked a little bit about, store support, and Japanime Games has the infrastructure to actually facilitate that. Does Rift Runners talk about that at all? No, not really. And this is, and like at least vCard really, sold itself on being a speculative asset, right? What's Rift Runners selling itself on? I don't know because it won't tell me. What does this tell me? What does this trailer tell me? Nothing. The artwork's good. I gotta give it that. There's some genuine. I can tell there's some genuine passion and people that care behind Rift Runners. I think they're just in over their heads. To be honest, I think they're a little bit too green for this. Maybe I'm wrong, and if I'm wrong, and like Rift Runners was actually started by like I don't know, Derek Funkhauser, or something like that, I would love to know that. But it doesn't look like it. Um, yeah, man, I really want out of these three, I look at Rift Runners and it's like I want to like you, and to be completely honest, Rift Runners, if anybody on the Rift Runners team is listening to this and is listening to me right now, I am rooting for you guys. I genuinely hope this pans out for you because you are the one game here that I've seen that genuinely and honestly to me looks like you want to be a good game first and foremost. That you're making this because you wanted to make a good game. Japanime games, they're making it because they make products, right? That's their thing. Yes, do they have designers on their team that do want to make games? Yes, absolutely. But the core conceit of why they decided to do Oshi Push, a VTuber trading card game, is because they wanted money. vCard is not making a game. No, they're making an NFT collection in print. That's what they're doing. Let's not kid ourselves. And quite frankly, that attitude makes me violently ill. And I do not like that, and I do not like them. Rift Runners, not the energy I get at all. Rift Runners looks like someone's first TCG project that has been, reasonably successful. I'm sure Rift Runners has a couple dozen players out there that really, really like the game for the game. I'm very confident in saying that. So this is actually me putting out a bit something for Rift Runners. Again, if you're listening, reach out to me. Reach out to Speedrobo Games. We could have a talk. I would be interested in discussing what my company could do for you, because Speedrobo Games at its core, we are the general contractor for tabletop gaming. We've done it all. We've been through the ringer. We've come out on the other side stronger for it. And you would be exactly the kind of game that we would be interested in helping. So if that sounds interesting to you, and if there's anything you need a hand with, an extra pair of hands, extra eyes, you want to pick my brain, you want to run through some ideas, reach out. Reach out. Best way to get in contact with me, speedrobogames.com. Check out my website, check out my work, check out my past portfolio. You're going to see we've got a lot of indie games under our belts, a lot of successful pre-orders, a lot of successful funding. We've been running games for years and years and years, releasing product consistently. So, yeah, I still would love to know when Rift Runners came out. Like, I don't know. When did Rift Runners TCG release? I don't know. Okay, Rift Runners. Board Game Geek? No. Okay. Well, if I don't know when your game came out, I don't know. Let's check their Twitter. Maybe we'll do that. Scroll all the way down to the bottom. I don't fucking know. I don't. Maybe that. Maybe we do this. Okay. When did you come out? Summer. Oh no. Summer 2023? Uh-oh. Oh, no. Oh, that's really bad. Oh, no. Oh, no, 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 no. No, 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 no. No, that's so bad. Oh, my God. If it came out this year, this would have been okay. Wait, what? I thought it was summer 2023. No, it was summer 2024? Will there be any measures in place to prevent scalping? Honey, you ain't gotta worry about scalping. Alright? Yeah, this game ain't fucking selling out, Chief. Oh no. Okay, so it came out summer of 2024. Frost and Flames released in May. Okay. Okay. Okay, that's better. That's better. I was a little worried there. I was a little worried that they'd only released two sets in over 2 years, which would be, game dead. All right, when did you come out? November. Okay, okay, all right, all right, okay. We've released two sets in this year. That's like borderline okay. You want to do three. You want to do minimum three per year, but two per year is also okay. So, all right, that's better. That's better than I thought. You had me spooked there for a second, champ. Um, but yeah, also the fact that they said coming summer 2023 on their first post and then hit a year delay indicates that you might want to call a professional to help. Maybe you might want a support studio to lend a hand. I'm just saying, it might be a good idea. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed this impromptu video. It was something that I was just like, well, I gotta make this. I gotta scream it into my microphone about this because I literally was like, okay, I saw this first VTuber card game. I was like, oh, VTuber card game, that's a good idea. And then I heard about vCard, and I'm like, another one. And then somebody sent me the Instagram thing about Rift Runners. One of my artists actually, Saga Plays, sent me. I was like, oh, hey, look at Rift Runners, and I was just like, fuck another one of these. How many of these do we need? It's too many of these. We don't need 3 VTuber card games, okay? 2 of you have to go. And frankly, I hope it's Oshi push and vCard that Oshi push off, because Rift Runners, again, is the one that seems like it has the most, genuine amount of giving a shit about making a game behind it. So, here you go. Speedrobo reviewed, did a Speedrobo video in the bag, whatever. You know what? I will see. That's first video of 2025. That's something. And if you want to see about what I'm doing in my company and my professional career, because I want to make this clear, this channel, this Speedrobo main channel, very not my professional, absolutely not my professional channel. All right, this is my opinions. This is my opinions. All right, my opinion channel. But if you want to see my professional work, go check out Speedrobo Games. That's where you can get caught up to date on that. We're going to be posting a big old news video about everything that happened in 2024 and everything that's coming out in 2025, because we got a lot. We got a lot that we're working on. We got a lot in the works. I'm going to have to post like a news video like every single freaking month, man. It's going to be nuts. But anyway, I'll catch you guys on the flip. Love you all. Peace.